Okay folks, I want to bring you up to speed on these Moultrie Edge Pro cameras that I've been using. If you've been watching for a while, you know that I switched to these Moultrie cameras. So I've been using them for several months now. I've got 15 of them, and I've deployed them for bear hunting and for deer hunting and just for wildlife viewing in general. And I've got some opinions on these cameras now. And I'm going to tell you the things I really like about them, and then I'm going to also tell you a couple things and not so much that I don't like so much about them, but you'll have to stay tuned for that at the end. So I've taken literally thousands and thousands of pictures and videos with these cameras, and one of the first things that you'll notice about these cameras is that they don't have an SD card. They will send the photos directly to the app, which you can check either on your phone device or on your desktop computer, laptop, or whatever. So that's great, and their app is known. In fact, I'd heard about their app before I ever even started using these cameras. Their app is known as one of the best apps for cellular trail cameras. Moultrie Mobile has had the best app. People have just talked about that for ever since it came out, really. So I've mounted two cameras here. The top one I just added here so that you can see that they both will work in the boxes and just strap to a tree like your traditional trail camera. Just as a side note, they have probably the best strap holding system that I've seen. Sometimes you go out to put out a camera and their buckles or whatever that are on the strap are a real pain. Well, this is probably the best one that I've seen on the strap, which is on the back side of this tree right now. So the first thing I should mention is, why don't they have an SD card? And what Moultrie did is they looked at their customer service of the cellular cameras and they said, okay, what's the biggest issue that we seem to have complaints about, and how can we make the trail camera experience better for people and also minimize the amount of customer service issues that we have? And they figured out that the weak link was the SD cards, and the reason for that is because people aren't using the right SD cards. And as these cameras have gotten better and better, and you get 1080p video and you got high megapixel, you got a good lens and sensor, and people are using SD cards that aren't capable of handling it. So they found out that most of their customer service complaints weren't actually the camera itself, but it was the SD cards that the people were using. And so they're like, okay, how can we make this better? Let's just eliminate the weak link. It's the SD cards. So there are no SD cards in this camera. Everything's stored on an internal memory and then sent to your app. More about the SD card thing later. So they're very easy to use. You just pair them with your device when you set them out for the first time, and then from then on you just turn them on or turn them off or whatever. I would suggest that you get the battery pack. If you get the lithium battery pack, they'll last literally for months and months. You don't have to go visit the camera in person for a long time. They'll take hundreds of pictures and videos. Another nice thing is that if the battery starts to get real low, rather than send you the pictures and use up the last of the battery, it'll continue to use that remaining battery to take pictures and store them. So when you come and visit the camera, put a new battery in, then all of a sudden you get those pictures that were taken and you don't miss any that way. Some of the things I really like about this camera are the quality of the photos and videos. This thing has a good lens and sensor, and it takes really good quality pictures both at night and in the daytime. It takes great videos. It adjusts quickly based on how much light there is available, and overall I'm just really happy with the quality of both the photos and the video. Two more features that it has, one of which I haven't used much, is in the app you can tag the photos. So you can tag it, so if there's a buck in the picture, a doe in the picture, a bear, or whatever you want to tag specific photos and categorize them, you can do that. And then the thing that I have used that I really like is it's got what they call smart zones. So if you've got an area of the picture that where leaves are moving and triggering the camera, you can just go in the app. You don't even have to go to the camera, just go in the app and black out those areas so it won't sense motion from those areas. For example, I've had overhanging branches over a scrape where it gets windy and those leaves are moving and you're getting way more pictures than you want, so you can just reduce the impact from those moving leaves. And that's a really cool feature that makes a big difference, and you don't get a lot of blank wasted pictures because of it. And let's face it, the fact is you might not be visiting this camera for a couple of months, and you could have a weed or something grow up in front of the camera, and you want to just black that section out, and so you don't have to even go out and cut that weed right away until you have time. Another thing about this camera is a really surprising price point. I'm really amazed at the quality and the reliability. I mean, literally, I've never had a problem. 15 cameras, thousands and thousands of pictures and videos. I've never had one problem with a camera at all. I've never had to call customer service, never had to send one back. The reliability is amazing, and the price point that these things are at, it's really surprising, the high quality technology and the reliability you can get for the amount of money that you have to pay for these nowadays. So let's go into some of the things that I think could be improved on these cameras. And the first one is, I understand why they do it. It's because it's sending you stuff through cell service and into an app. It doesn't take very long videos, so it'll only take videos up to 15 seconds. And that really doesn't work for me. I like 30-second to a minute videos. And so that's one of the things I'm not in love with about this camera, but they are coming out with some new models, or have just come out with some new models, the Edge 2 and the Edge 2 Pro. I'll talk about those in a second, but they're actually, I understand, lengthening the video that you can get. But I'd really like to see them get up to 30-second videos rather than just 15 or 20. Another thing is, I would like to see different delay settings on here. They have several settings under a minute, and then they have a 1 minute delay, and then they have a 5 minute delay. And I would really like to have a 2 or a 3 minute delay. A lot of times when I'm on a trail, or I'm on even a bear bait or something like that isn't getting hit that often, I would like to have a 2 or a 3 minute delay instead of just 1 or 5 or less than 1. So that's another thing that I would like to see improved on. And the third thing is really just the SD cards. I kind of don't like not having an SD card. I've kind of gotten used to just looking at the pictures on the app, and then if I'm looking at them on my phone and I want, and this is maybe something that I deal with that not everybody would, but being a YouTuber, and I'm putting a lot of pictures on Facebook and on YouTube and social media and stuff like that, I really prefer to just be able to take an SD card and plug it into my laptop or my desktop, or even a viewer or something like that. But over time, I've kind of become okay with doing this the way that I do it. If I just have it on my phone, I have to email it to myself to get it on my computer, or I have to go to the actual computer and save it into whatever I'm going to use it for a video. A lot of these trail camera pictures and videos that you're seeing here, I had to bring them from the app into a program where I'm doing editing. So maybe that's not a big deal for other people. For me, it's just always been easier to use an SD card, but I don't want to belabor that point. I guess I already have. Okay, so I mentioned that there's 2 new ones coming out, and I actually have 2 of each, the Edge 2 and the Edge 2 Pro. And I'm putting those out here over the next few days, and I'm going to compare them. What I understand is that they take a little bit longer videos, so I'm excited about that. And they have some more features that I'm anxious to take a look at and try. This is a review on the Edge Pro, and I hope it's been helpful to you. I love these cameras. I'm going to tell you straight up, I love them in the boxes. I've actually only had one time when a bear broke the antenna off in the box, but these boxes have protected my cameras from bears on many, many bear baits. And I really like them on bear baits. Unfortunately, only about half of my 21 baits this year had cell service where I could use these cameras. But you're going to find out that with this antenna, you'll actually sometimes have a little bit better cell service in the camera than you will when you bring it up on your phone because of these external antennas. So anyway, a lot of cameras in the boxes, a lot of them just on a tree like this. I'm very, very happy with them, and I'm excited about trying the new ones. And so I'm going to bring you another video here in a few more months after I use the newer ones, and let you know what I like about those and maybe something I don't like. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.